Welcome back to Omni Garage After Hours. So we are live here at the House of Rags booth, SEMA 2025. And I got my favorite guest on here. We got Christian from Biobombs. We have been planning this for a very long time to get Christian on. We want to discuss everything Biobombs. And actually, I said to Christian at the beginning of the week, I said, mate, we are not coming to your booth. We are not doing any filming because I know that we have got you on live today to answer all the questions. And so this is fresh. And I'm so excited, dude.
I'm as well. We honestly have had minimal amount of conversation all week just so that we can have ourselves a nice, juicy conversation to interact and have really this experience. So I want to start this off, guys, by a little I want to offer a gift.
Okay. I like this.
Little gifts. People like gifts, all right? So pass that one off to you right there. I'll pass this one off to you right here.
So we've got some Biobombs. Yeah, some playing cards here. That is awesome. Thank you. I wish we had.
This is what we're gonna do when we're playing cards. You know, we're gonna be drinking around the cards. We're gonna have a good time. We'll be like, yeah, Christian hooked us up.
Christian, what's the scent of the card?
There's no sense. Great question. This interview's gonna go downhill fast. You guys keep up the good questions.
Like a fresh air for
yeah, we'll slide something in there.
So iteration one was the last minute kind of thing. We want to pull something together. It turned out really nice. We're probably going to wind up doing multiple series of these things because I would imagine people are going to be pretty upset that they didn't get their hands on one. But if you don't come to SEMA, you miss out on this kind of stuff, man. So
thank you for the gift.
You're welcome.
So we're going to start off just a little bit of an icebreaker. You know, you've kind of already got us with the gift. So we're going to one up you, and we're going to do a bit of Kiwiana. What would you call it?
Maybe trivia. So we're gonna test you on your knowledge of New Zealand slang. Okay.
Oh shit.
So we're gonna start nice and easy. We're gonna start with a churro. Do you know what that is?
One more time.
Churro.
Do I have a audience helpline or do we just?
No.
Oh, we're just swimming.
Anyone?
What's churro?
Sherbert?
Oh, not quite.
Sure, bro.
Yeah. But go churro.
Sure, bro.
We sort of go like,
it's
hey,
like
man, churro.
It's
like if we see you. It's like a greeting.
Like a cheers, bro.
Yeah, like churro.
It's spelled CHURBRO.
Churro.
Yeah. So if you see a Kiwi, out here, churro. They'll appreciate it.
It's like, hey man, how's it going? Good to see you.
So if I came up to you guys randomly, churro, bro.
Yeah, churro.
Yeah, churro.
All right, I like this. Let's keep going.
All right, let's go. Okay, number 2. What about sick as?
One more time.
Sick as. Like, it's sick as.
I want to say like dope.
Yeah,
super
yeah.
cool,
Okay.
Something like that, right?
You want for 2?
When we got to the Biobombs booth and we go, man, the booth is looking sick as.
Sick as.
I like that. Thick as. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'm 1 for 2.
Okay.
All right, I know,
What's the next
man.
one?
You're doing good.
What about yeah, nah? Yeah, nah.
I feel like if I asked to use it in a sentence, it gives it away. So my initial thought process is it's like,
Yeah. Like I'm keen, but kind of not. But I'll go with the flow.
You're kind of right, but you're kind of not. Yeah, nah.
You know.
So I'm hearing it more like but it's not It's
like
no.
That's it.
Yeah. And it's spelled like that, so it's
Yeah.
YEAH.
I might be an honorary Kiwi.
Maybe.
You got the street roots, man.
Oh, well, here we go. Hang on. If you're going to be an honorary Kiwi, what is the name of the New Zealand rugby team? They are the all something.
All Kiwis.
They're the All Blacks.
All Blacks.
World's best rugby team.
All Blacks?
All Blacks.
Sounds kind of racist.
It does a little bit, but yeah.
We have the all whites as well.
Are there any black dudes on the team? Or are they all whites?
Yeah. No,
Are they all black?
There's some Māori dudes on there.
Yep.
Are they all black dudes or no?
No.
So it's all black.
Just All
How
Blacks.
do you spell that?
Like All Blacks.
ALL.
Yeah.
Blacks.
Yeah.
That's racist as shit.
They're the best team in the world, though. So, you know?
I mean, it is what it is. All right.
I think you hit him with a final one.
So I'm canceled right now.
So we've been walking around SEMA all week, and we've been getting confused for Australians. That's probably the key. Like, yeah. I mean,
it's kind of like saying an American and a Canadian, sort of very close together.
Yeah, but see, I as American, and no offense to any of our Canadians out there, I would be offended by that.
Yeah.
So, do you guys get offended?
No, not really. Yeah.
It's those countries that are in close association with each other, you know?
I feel like you guys are a lot more chill than Americans.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, we're a bit more relaxed.
We're a bit more laid back in New Zealand. You know, we're a country of 5 million people, less hectic.
It's a very relaxed lifestyle.
Yeah. That's fine.
It's kind of like if you went to go on like an island holiday. You know, you went to Hawaii or something like that, and it's quite surfy, quite beachy, a bit relaxed. That's the part of New Zealand that we're from. We live right down on the coast in Tauranga, which is by the Mount Maunganui. It's coastal, it's beach, there's surf, so it's a very relaxing environment. Sunny most of the time. Really good climate.
How long was the flight?
So direct from Auckland to LAX, 13 hours. We started in Omaha. So we didn't start. We finished in Omaha.
You guys went out to go see.
So we were 32 hours door to door to start our week off. 5 hours sleep. Then Ivan had us to work in the DIY detail studio all week.
And you lose a day on the way home, right?
Yeah,
Just taken
correct.
away from you altogether.
Correct.
Gone.
Gone.
Lost a full day. Just out of
Ain't
here.
getting that back. We gained a day coming though.
That don't work for me though. You know what I mean? I guess you do, but that would mess me up.
Yeah.
I mean, if you gained a whole day coming up somewhere and then a week later you're losing it, that would mess me up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're the first country to see the sunrise too. So first country to bring in the new year, the new day.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I knew there was something exclusive about you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see it first.
We just see the sunrise first.
Those are some dope Louis, by the way.
Oh, thanks, man. I got these. These are the fresh glasses for the trip. You know.
They're dope. Are they fresh for the trip?
Yeah. No, they're not fresh, but you know, they're real.
We could have
Louis,
kept them. They are real Louis.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
are real Louis. We could have told people it was real new for the trip.
Yeah. And do you know what? These aren't just like for show glasses. I actually have to wear glasses, so these are corrected for my eyes.
Oh, they're scripts?
They're the real
No
deal.
shit, dude.
Yeah.
They're badass, bro.
Yeah,
I like them. That's a solid look.
Yeah.
Hell
You
yeah.
know, looking different to everyone else. You know, it's
Yeah.
spice of life.
All right, so where we got to take this conversation
I reckon
next?
We hit Christian with the last.
Oh, the final question. You hit him with it.
Okay, so this is like a differentiation thing. Like, what is the difference between a thong and a jandal?
One more time.
A thong and a jandal.
So one's a Australian term, one's a Kiwi term for the same thing.
And it's not the dirty thing that you're thinking. So a
That's-
thong and a jandal.
So that's what I was thinking about.
Anyone in the comments?
That's a great question.
Anyone know what a jandal or a thong is?
Chandel or a thong? Can we spell the word thong so that I understand?
THONG.
Here we go. Corey's
How was
got
it not?
That's right.
Corey in the chat. Sandals, flip flops. Yep, that's it. And Rick, what did I just tune into? Well, you tuned into conversation. We're going to move on to Biobombs.
Hold on.
We're-
Is the thong
okay.
sandals?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like a
jangles are.
jandals. It's like
Jandals
like a
are-
flip flop. Flip flop.
I'm saying is the thong like because it's like
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes in between your
In
toes.
between the big toe.
y'all are a little wild down there.
Yeah,
That's a
we're
little.
freaky down
That's a
there.
little wild down there to
Freaky,
me.
you know?
There we go, Chris. Flip flop. That's it.
He's got it. Yeah,
That's
he
it.
knows it.
So there's a particular reason why we invited you, or chose you, or you were forced into becoming a guest on the
Here comes the setup.
on the podcast
here comes
today.
the setup.
Yeah.
We've got all the relaxing stuff.
Nobody told me what was going on. You guys were like, oh, let's ask a couple questions. But the real reason why we bought you on, Christian.
We can just start with a cool story, man. How do you get involved with making this product here, the Biobomb?
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us that background.
Okay. So, in a nutshell, I've been a mobile detailer for the last 19 years. I think it's coming on now. We provide a service to local car dealerships outside the Philadelphia area. Now, me and my buddy started this business up years ago. We were working for another company for several years. They sent us out to Boston. We got trained on kind of how to do the restoration process to interiors. So we do a quick little cleanup inside interiors of vehicles. We do a vacuum, drill brush. We fix burn holes, install heel pads if there's wear marks in the floor. And then we do obviously odor removal, and we would lay down the aftermarket do not remove plastic
Okay.
on both sides of the vehicle. And we would offer that at a
That plastic stay in place while customers are driving the cars, trialing them out.
yeah, exactly. And the thing about the plastic was really nice is we would offer that as a warranty, right? So we would go to a dealership, let's say we do 15 cars, 20 cars, whatever. We charge anywhere between $30 to $40 a vehicle. Now the service itself, is it super involved? No, but we're cleaning up a lot of what the detail shops might be missing underneath the seats and between the seats. Some holes, stainage, sand, things of that nature that really take away from that initial first impression, right? That you
Yeah, yeah.
leave. So we would clean that up. We offer, for a nominal fee. We lay down the plastic. And what we do is we will warranty the workout on a weekly basis.
Okay.
So if it was your dealership and you guys were out, you know, you had cars and you went out there to test drive, the plastic got a little messed up, maybe it looked a little crinkled up, maybe you left a water bottle on the car, something like that. What we started doing was providing our warranty service for free. So we added value to our service by cleaning 15, 20. Yeah, so it's like maybe we clean 10 cars for you and we charge $35 a piece, right? Maybe it was $350. We're out of there in 2 hours. You know, decent money, real good profits or whatever. But we go back the following week and we clean up your lot for you of any of our existing inventory that we did. One of the things that we did during the initial times, I mean, we still do now, is we would do odor removal. So we were using the foggers, we were using the ozone machines, we were using all types of enzyme cleaners, things of that nature to try to really like break down these odors. Where traditionally ozone was really the way to go, right? It was the godfather of kind of how you did proper odor removal. The foggers, the things of that nature, sure, is a fragrance, you know, explosion inside of a vehicle.
Yeah.
Big machines.
Yeah, but it's like almost like if you use a fogger or something, if you blast 5 ounces worth of fragrance into a vehicle, will it take away some of the funky smell? Sure. But was it working the way we wanted it to work? No. You know? Then we discovered chlorine dioxide and kind of the benefits behind what it does and how the science works to break odors down on a molecular level. We started experimenting with that and using that. And through the years of using a variety of different application methods and different, you know, applications, because there's sponge versions, there's A/B parts, there's all types of different ways you can generate it, right?
That's just how you're delivering that.
It's the delivery system that creates the gas that does the deodorization. We started using CLO2 and we fell in love with it.
Okay.
We'd used it in our business for years. I saw the lane being in the detailing industry where there wasn't really much direct good marketing to consumers to educate them that there's other options out there besides ozone. And that was kind of how we decided to start running with it. We did a little test market, you know, a couple lobs in the beginning of the game. Because we did dealership work, we would mass produce a ton of jars, get them all packaged up, and then basically I would go driving around 100-mile radius out from around the house, away from the areas we were servicing, and I would just throw people samples like crazy.
So you created this primarily as something for yourself. Like that was first and foremost. So you saw a gap. We need this. I'm creating this for me. And then went to the market with it.
I mean, I saw a lane, right? I mean, if you look at things, right, and this is not a discredit to anybody out there, especially over the past 10 years, detailing supplies in general have blown up as a major.
The market is absolutely flooded.
Absolutely. So you have to bring something out nowadays that's going to stand out or whatnot, right? And I knew looking into this and kind of where I was at. I mean, I seen it at other companies, and you don't have to give anybody any extra credit or take away. There's people doing it. They just weren't doing it in a way that was attractive to the consumer, right? Now, one of the things that I feel like is very important about us to kind of let us kind of stand out and have longevity is we have branding. We have things that associate. Our brand is fun. We've kind of made what I consider to be odor removal a less boring topic and more fun and interesting. We focus a lot on education and teaching people the science and allowing our detailers who use us and our stores that buy from us, we give them the education to help train their people to upsell like their clients into odor removal services, air quality reset services, things like that.
You've packaged the whole odor thing really well. You made it trendy, you've made it exciting, you've educated, and you've got a product that removes odor.
That actually works.
Everyone sells an odor removal, but let me tell you, it doesn't work. We've tried them all.
Well, they sell.
Omni Garage said it, not me.
Yeah. Well, they sell mask up sprays, right? It's like we'll mask the smell, not get to the root cause of the smell. And I mean, it's probably the popular thing in the last 12 months in detailing. Every big company has come out with a odor remover of some sort, and it's a spray.
I'd like to call this not an odor removal. Most of them have got a set.
Yes.
Yeah.
A cabin spray.
Correct, right? And again, I think there's a lane for all that stuff. But I think if you're dealing with an actual legitimate odor, you have to look at the proper way to be able to remove said odor. There's a certain way to do it that, because of the amount of years I've spent in the game kind of cleaning and doing cars, I know what works.
So that process then for you, walk us through that. So you get this car, it comes through a detailing shop.
Yep. Josh, can you grab my minis? Sorry, go ahead.
Perfect. No, that's all right. I don't need the mic. Oh, I'm mic'd up. It's only Glenn that needs the mic.
You're right.
But
Carry
so
on.
if you're working if you've got a car, it comes in, it's dirty, there's rubbish in it, it smells, may have been closed up for a while.
Minis.
The little mini
We're just
packets.
trying to get some of the product from the back of the booth here.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the one we want. So,
Thank you.
yeah, Christian, walk me through the process. What are you doing with that car? Like, what's step 1, step 2? Talk us through how we're going to use the Biobombs line to clean it out.
Sure. So the biggest thing, guys, when you're dealing with any type of odor out there, you want to kind of figure out and try to pinpoint the source, right? The source is very important to try to find if possible. What is the best way to do that? Unfortunately, it's not exactly the prettiest. It's to put your sniffer around the car to find out where the odor's coming from. If it's coming from a seat, kind of nasty. If it's coming from the floor, in my opinion, a little bit more doable. I think I accept the scum from the ground more than I do the smell of a seat that's funky. Because the funky seat gets your mind going all types of all types of directions that you don't want to be going
And then
in,
that's
right?
going through a heat cycle, every day. It's cooking under there.
I'm getting kind of skeeved out right now. I've been talking about it. But ultimately, what you want to do is try to find the source of the odor, right? When you do that, I strongly suggest you start with using the Biobomb minis. Okay. And the minis are these bad boys right here. I'm sure you guys can see them on the camera. They're designed to be used in a multitude of different ways that are going to attack surfaces and subsurfaces. Okay. Whereas our vehicle deodorization kit, which I'll put up right here, is actually designed to treat the air. Now, that's very important, guys, when you're going into odor removal, right? Because if you can't seem to find the source of where you're at, you're not really necessarily going to guarantee to remove it. Now, we do have situations, right, when people buy the product, they'll buy just the vehicle kit and they'll put it inside their car and they'll say, oh, it worked great for 2 days, but the odor came back. Why do you think that is?
Well, because they didn't remove the source of the odor to start with.
A lot of odors, right, that have been around in a vehicle for a while, they're embedded, right? And an embedded odor, if you don't mind holding the mic for me, I'm going to do a little visual demonstration with my fingers. An embedded odor has a tendency to get very interwoven in the fibers of the carpet, the headliner, whatever. It's kind of dirt, locking stuff in, right? And if you have something like that, it's trapping the odor within that porous surface, whether it be the carpets, whether it be the headliner, steering wheel, leather, ventilation system, whatever, right? When you have an embedded odor, it's dug in. It's really deeply in. So when you're doing an odor removal, you want to be able to attack the surface and the subsurface. The vehicle deodorization kit, right? This is designed to treat the air, all right? It's going to do a phenomenal job of treating the air. It's not going to do as good of a job being able to get down into those areas that you may or may not be able to reach with your hands through traditional cleaning methods, right? So what's really beautiful about the minis is these things are designed, they're very small, right? They're about the size of an aspirin tablet. I'm sure everybody in here has seen this before, right? You guys can see them. They're super small.
Yeah, dissolvable.
Dissolvable little tablets.
Little tablet. This is designed to go in 32 ounces of water. Okay. Now, in an extreme situation, you can do 16 ounces to one.
Okay, extreme situation. Okay, so really smelly, really bad.
But again, you put this in a spray bottle of water, guys, and you spray this even on any surface, it's going to start to break down those odors immediately. As soon as the liquid touches the surface, it's going to go to work and start breaking down the odors. That's great. Door panels, seats, leather, headliners, steering wheel, all great places to spray the solution.
Where is a common area at this stage that a detailer might miss?
Steering wheel.
Steering wheel? Okay.
Hands down.
That's got all that hand grease, all that dirty grime baked on there.
Think about it, dude. You're blowing cigarettes every day in the car. Seatbelt's another spot because it's fastened, right? And most of the time when you do a treatment, most guys don't fasten the seatbelt and it's coiled up inside the side of you. But the steering wheel is the biggest one.
Okay.
The steering wheel, I believe last time I checked, I think it's 4 times dirtier than a public toilet seat.
Wouldn't surprise me.
That is quite high.
It's wild, bro.
Yeah.
That's wild. Because I think about a public toilet seat and I look at that and I'm like, yo, that's nasty. And then you think about your steering wheel being 4 times worse than that. You're like, yo, that's pretty wild. But think about it, right? The oils, the sweat, your white knuckle driver, you're holding the steering wheel, you're sweating into that thing. Let's say you smoke cigarettes. Let's say you shook hands with somebody, didn't wash their hands when they used the bathroom.
Yeah.
You're sweating all that, whatever we're talking about, into the steering wheel.
Yeah, and that's getting stuck on there. Yeah, totally.
So steering wheel is a big one for us. I always tell people, wipe that down, give it a couple wipe downs. Always just give it a few wipe downs. You'd be surprised at how nice and clean that'll get. But again, when you're using the minis, surface, you can use them in a spray bottle of water. 32 ounces, drop a tablet in it, boom. Give it 2 minutes to dissolve, spray it anywhere. Won't streak, won't leave residue. won't stain, won't bleach anything.
Yep.
What it will do is remove and break down odors on contact. That's all fine and dandy. What do we do if we have an odor that's subsurface? What do we do if we have an odor that we can't necessarily reach where it's at? Let's say inside of a ventilation system, something like that, right?
Carpets.
Carpets, another one, huge one, right? This is where the real beauty comes in. Minis are diverse. You can use them in a spray bottle of water. You can drop them inside of your favorite APC, favorite interior cleaner. Just drop them right in there. Now, all of a sudden, you're going to boost the cleaning power and deodorization power of the minis. In general, it's going to make them stronger and more effective. And you're going to get that surfactant that you're going to get with a cleaner, that you're going to get the suds action that you won't necessarily get if you use them with water, right?
Can we use these in a steamer?
That's where I was going.
Okay.
So the best way, hands down, by any of our detailers, my personal experience, anybody who uses the product on a regular basis, it's going to be to use it in a mechanical device.
Okay.
I and most guys prefer to use a steamer,
Yep.
but you can use them in an extractor. You can use them in a tornador with the tank.
Yeah.
You can use them in a fogger if you wanted to, but without a doubt, in a steamer, these things are next level.
Okay.
Next level. Let's say you spilled some fish grease, right? You're picking up the fish fry. You're driving home, hit the brakes, fish slid off the seat, boom, landed on the carpet. That's not going to be an easy smell to get out, right? What's really nice about, again, with the minis is you pop that bad boy in your steamer. Now, you can pour the solution straight in after it's dissolved, or you can actually pop one right in the machine. Let it heat up. You can start steaming that area. What's really nice is when you're steaming that area is if the spill's right here, and you steam with the mop right here and you're moving it around left and right, you'll smell the fish grease coming up. And in addition to that, you're going to smell the swimming pool smell of kind of how the minis smell, right? After about 10, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, depending on how bad the spill is, you won't smell the fish grease anymore. Now what you'll do is you'll move a little bit forward. You'll move a little bit back, a little bit left, a little bit right. You'll start to expand that clean, non-smell area. And eventually when you move out into that next section, you're not going to smell anything. At that point, you know everything from where you spilled at in no longer has an odor.
Yeah,
because
right.
what happens when we're going back to like kind of the embedded odors thing, the steam pushes its way down into the carpet. The heat breaks up and starts to loosen stuff up. The pressure from the steam hitting the floorboard and pushing its way back up, because hot air rises, steam rises, is going to take the odors that it loosened up from the fibers and release them up into the air. Now, all of a sudden, you're taking, let's say, a 7 or an 8 on an odor scale from a 1 to 10, right? Now, all of a sudden, you're reducing that load that's inside that area down to a 5 or a 6.
Oh, okay.
All of a sudden, you took that number down because you started to push some of the stuff out that you couldn't get out any other way.
Yeah.
Now, if you stay in that area for a little bit, you're going to wind up leaving the chlorine dioxide solution, the mini solution, inside the padding. It's not going to be wet. But as that stuff dries, again, like we said when we were talking about doing surfaces, it's going to dry into the carpet. And that's going to, again, be another step to remove any odor that might be left in there. So, like,
Perfect.
they are night and day for surface and subsurface.
I've got a bunch of questions.
Fire away.
Let's have some real quick answers here. Okay, so question number 1 I have. The minis. You drop them in your bottle of water. Can I go around and clean the whole car just as is in water?
Yes. Will you get the same suds action that you would get if you were using a dedicated interior cleaner? No.
Okay. Now, if I was to drop this into my favorite interior cleaner, how long is that going to stay active in the bottle of cleaner before it starts to remove its ability to do?
Perfect. So it's a great question. The minis are going to last you about 2 weeks in a spray bottle.
Okay.
If you leave them out of direct sunlight, put them in an opaque spray bottle, keep them in a cool, dry area, not in the back of a detailing van with the 95-degree sun beating right on it, you know what I mean? But if you keep it in an opaque spray bottle and even in a cooler place, you can squeeze almost up to 3 weeks with it. But what winds up happening is over time, the solution is going to break itself down. Okay. The best way to describe it is if you're putting it in your cleaner, especially if it's a clear cleaner, you'll get a little bit of a yellow tint. I don't have the bottle back there, but you get a little bit of a yellow tint. As that yellow tint starts to fade out and gets clear, you'll know.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? That's an easy indicator. Most of you guys, let's be honest, you put something in a spray bottle and you're cleaning the car, you're probably going to use the whole thing.
Yeah.
Most of a bottle goes
Pretty quick.
in a car, right? So that's kind of the beauty behind it, because you do have the ability to use them as necessary. You don't have to do it with every bottle you use, but you have the additional boost. A lot of guys who use the minis, they rock them nonstop. They put them in the steamer, they put them in a spray bottle of water, and they have them inside their machines. Only because the more you hit surfaces, the more you tackle it, the less you're going to have to do on the back end of things.
I don't see why you wouldn't do that, right? Because they're really affordable and they're versatile. And who doesn't want the benefit of cleaning and removing an odor at the same time? So why would you not put it in your steamer, your spray bottle?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Next question. How was
serious?
Oh, because I'm thinking of all these things. You've just what's happened is you've just sprayed it all out there and you've just gone Biobombs, boom, and you were on a roll. And I was just letting you rip. I was letting you
We're only
rip.
on the minis too.
And I'm just like, question. I got a question. He's on a roll. I can't button.
Just
Oh,
hit me yourself.
another question.
Just hit
Oh,
me.
another question. Right. Okay. So how does this? These both have the same technology in them. So how does that technology work in removing the odor? What's the science behind it?
So the technology itself is chlorine dioxide. All right, chlorine dioxide is a gas. It's considered to be a selective oxidizer. Okay, so it's very similar to ozone machines. Ozone machines are oxidizers. The difference between an ozone machine and our product is an ozone is a straight oxidizer. An oxidizer will attack anything within the area that it's in. So you put it inside of a car, it's going to attack the air, obviously, but it's also going to kind of attack the plastics, the leather, the center console. You know, things that are porous and can break down over time. Ozone potentially can damage.
Okay.
What's nice about chlorine dioxide technology is, and why it's really become, in my opinion, and the reason why we push it so hard, it's the next level past. Ozone's the OG. You got to give credit where it's due, right? For a long time, it was the GOAT.
It was the one and only. It was the only technology that kind of did a job.
Absolutely.
And this is why you've gone finding something different.
The selective oxidizer, what's really beautiful about it is it will not damage any of your interior components. It doesn't matter if you have to put 2, 3, 4 odor bombs inside of a vehicle, you're not going to break down the integrity of your plastics, your fabrics, your leathers, and things of that nature. That's what's really nice about the technology itself. Now, the way chlorine dioxide works is it actually breaks down the biofilm that's associated with the molecule that's causing the odor, and basically it renders it odorless, kind of like the inside out. Yeah, I guess the best way to put it.
Okay. Does it encapsulate it, or does it actually just eat away and destroy
It's
it?
more of like a pluck from the biofilm, let me in, and then we kind of destroy it from the inside out.
Gotcha.
It's a render odorless thing, you know?
Yeah.
It breaks down the molecule's ability to be able to create the odor.
So if we're cleaning surfaces, subsurfaces, it's Biobombs minis. Multiple different ways. Drop it in your bottle of water, add it with your favorite interior cleaner, chuck it in your steamer. Then when we've removed surfaces, subsurfaces, then we could come in with our what is this thing called? It's called a VDK, right?
VDK, vehicle deodorization kit. You can choose to pair it with the aerator or choose not to. Totally your call. Regular consumer, weekend warrior, kind of wants to get an odor out of the car. You drop the vehicle kit in the car. You fill the jar up with water, drop the tablet, shut the door, walk away. Leave it 3 hours to 12 hours overnight. It's going to do the job for you, right? The aerator we designed and kind of used based off of trying to find a solution that's going to be available for mobile detailers and guys in shops and dealerships who have to turn volume. We have to give you like another way to be able to perform the service in a faster amount of time. You guys don't have all day to sit with a car in the shop, parked in the garage spot, and you're like, all right, well, I got 12 hours to wait for this thing to deodorize, right? If you put it in at nighttime and get it in the morning, different story. But what's really nice about the aerator is it does two very, very important things. So to do a little bit of a science lesson, it might be hard for me to kind of explain, but I'll try to give it to you as quickly as possible. The minis are very small, about the size of an aspirin tablet, okay? The minis we're mixing with 32 ounces of water, right? A very large amount of water. And you put a tiny little aspirin-sized tablet in there, right? We get a nice light yellow color from it when we put it in. That solution, because there's such a little amount of chemical, such a large amount of water, that's why it's safe for surfaces. That's why you don't get streaks, you don't bleach, you don't leave residue, right?
It's a safe dilution.
When you're using the VDK, and we'll pull this tablet out, it's been getting jammed in and out of here. This thing's massive.
Yeah, it's
dude.
big.
You know what I mean? It's like 8 quarters stacked on top of each other, right?
Thick as well.
Right. Now, again, if you look at this jar, right? This jar right here, I mean, we're throwing the fill line. You guys can't see it, but it's like right here. All right. So we're filling about 10 ounces worth of water inside this tiny little jar, and we're putting this massive tablet inside of it. That's why we get the reaction and the gas off. That's why when you drop that tablet,
We
a
see
bunch
that.
of gas comes out the
It's a
top.
huge dilution, right?
Huge.
Yeah.
And what ends up happening is that is the reason why the gas gets over concentrated in the water. It has to escape because there's too much of it in the water. Now, if you don't use the aerator, in the morning time when you go to check the treatment, you're gonna have a really deep dark yellow color, right? That deep dark yellow color is the actual gas suspended in the water.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The gas would much rather, a little science thing for you, the gas would much rather stay suspended in a liquid than be in the air. Okay. So we overconcentrate the water. All the extra comes out in the form of a gas that dissipates all over the car. That finds the odor molecules, breaks them down. You come in the morning time, you look at the jar, it's got a deep dark yellow color. That's because all that gas, no more gas needs to come out. The water level and the gas level evened itself out.
Right.
When we add the aerator, it's going to do two really cool things. We start disturbing the water, surface tension of the water. Air bubbles rise to the surface, break the surface tension. Now all of a sudden that gas that wanted to sit in there and be nice and comfortable in the water is being forced out like it's on steroids. Just that tiny little disturbance is all it takes to force that gas out of the jar. Once you force that gas out of the jar, there's no stopping it until there's no more gas left in the jar. So when you use the aerator, you're going to have a clear liquid in 1 hour. Because you're forcing it out, you're now reducing the treatment time from potentially overnight down to 1 hour. Why is that? Because the liquid's clear. There's no more gas left in it. You forced out all this extra gas in that small area. You've increased your concentration. You most likely sped up the time to reduce that odor.
So if you were to pick a method, time no option, time not a limiting factor, the aerator is the way to go.
100%.
Okay.
It's reusable, right? I mean, obviously, the best part about it is you can bang out multiple units, right? Like we got guys that like push this stuff, dealerships, things like that. They have 2 or 3 of them going all the time. They go to a dealership, dude. They drop a bomb, drop a bomb on a Monday or whatever Jamie says. You know what I mean? They drop one, go to the next car, drop one. They turn on the aerator pump on each one of them. By the time they get done getting the 3 cars throughout the dealership, they go back to the beginning of the line, turn off the machine, take out the jar, shut the doors up, or leave it aired out. Go to the next one, do the same thing. They go back on the line. Dude, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. They deodorized 3 cars and made $100+ for each car, and the product cost them a fifth of that.
So is there any necessity or any benefit to turning on a vehicle and having the AC circulate while you've got it running?
So great question. You can. I would circle back to the minis conversation.
Okay.
I'd say the best thing that I would do to get any type of HVAC odors out of a vehicle is always going to be to take the tip of the steamer and blast that nozzle through the ventilation
With
system
the minis, yeah.
20 to 30 seconds. What that's going to do, the same thing that we talked about when we were talking about breaking the odors up and leaving kind of solution down the padding. You're going to coat the inside of the HVAC system. When you coat the inside of the HVAC system, that plastic is a micro layer. It's actually holding some odor, dead skin cells, ash, food, hair, pine cones, whatever it might be that's in the vents. Those bake themselves into the plastic over time. When you leave the mini solution in on that wall, it dries into those walls, and it'll really do a great job of breaking down those odors.
So we can just pick any vent to feed that into?
Yeah, so typically what I tell guys is like hit one of your chest vents on the side of the door where you enter and exit at. If you hit one of those vents, most of the time it'll blow right through and pop out at least one of the center middle vents. If you open your door up and you see a hole on the side, that's also another lane for you to get like the door vent air that shoots the window to, you know what I mean? You can shoot down there. You can pull your seat forward. You can put it in the back of the vehicle underneath the floor. And you can blow it that way. It'll come up through the front. If you have an odor problem, you never know. If it's a mouse, something like that, that little bastard could be anywhere. So you like want to blast kind of any vent that you possibly can.
And how long are we blasting the vents for?
20 seconds, 30 seconds. I mean, it's really a matter of discretion. I mean, if you got a really, really bad odor, you might want to blast them a couple more times. What I usually tell guys is clean the interior, wipe everything down with the minis, do your standard cleaning practice, steam the vehicle if you have to, steam the vents, right? And then walk away. Because we become nose blind, right? There's this thing called like selective anosmia, right?
You start to become oblivious to the scents in the car. You've acclimatized to the odor, right?
Dude, you hang out, right? I got a buddy of mine, like, it was the other day. I went to go with him, like, Home Depot or whatever. I'm going to jump in the car with him, take a run. And it's like, I get in this truck. Dude, your truck smells wretched, bro. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know what I do for a living, right? Yeah. So, dude, I know, man, but and I'm like, dude, like, it smells horrible in here. I can't smell it. Well, you can't smell because you live in this filth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, long story short, after breaking his balls, whatever, we treated the vehicle. But again, he didn't notice it because he lives inside that environment so often. So again, when you're cleaning in that environment, the same thing can happen to you where you don't necessarily smell what you're working on anymore. So a good rule of thumb is to always reset your sniffer, right? Clean the interior, go outside, get yourself a glass of water, prep your stuff for your exterior, hook your head back in the car again. Now you'll have you'll have that fresh sniffer. You'll be like, you know what? This is a lot better than what it was. If you know where that bad area was, maybe you just hit that little bad area again for a couple seconds, right? And then you shut the door and you go back in again. But there's guys who tell us on a regular basis, I didn't have to use the VDK because I just treated it with the minis and the
just
minis
found the
did
source.
job. Yeah.
Now, on my own personal vehicle, how often should I be doing the whole big system? How often should I be doing all the big, because I'm in the industry, Glenn and I are in the industry. I want my car to smell the best. How often should I be doing the whole thing?
So that's a great question. One of the things that we usually tell guys, especially when they're trying to start bringing on the products to offer a service to their customers, there's two different things we teach you guys to sell and do. One, obviously, is odor removal, right? If you call me up and you're like, yo, Chris, I hit a kangaroo or whatever, right? You guys hit, right?
We'd have to take a car on a boat to Australia first, but then we
You guys
could.
don't have kangaroos at all?
No.
We have possums, though.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
we could have a possum. Yeah.
So again, I'm not a Kiwi yet. I'm sorry.
You're getting close, though.
I'm trying. Whatever. I'm getting down on it.
Yeah, you're close. You're close now. Yeah.
All right, so you guys hit a possum.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Whatever. Smells terrible inside the car, whatever it might be. Whatever, you have to, it's an odor removal service you're going to be offering.
Yeah.
You have your smoker's car, pet possum. Let's say someone's got pet possum.
Yeah.
Right? Possum's just in the car peeing, defecating, whatever. It's like, I got to clean this thing out. Right?
Okay, yeah.
That's an odor removal service.
Yep.
Obviously, right?
Yeah.
That's the one-off thing. That's what we're going to get to treat and remove that odor
But you
right
can
now and
charge
then.
a premium for that.
Yeah.
Right? You can charge a premium for a service. You have a problem as a customer, it's a major problem. There's a fee associated to the work that needs to be done for something of that level, right? Now, let's say you guys are detailing someone's car, they don't have an odor at all. Well, how can you benefit and still add an additional service to your customer as an offering without being too aggressive on the price point or getting a no, right? So we teach people to sell something called the interior air quality reset service.
Okay.
Right? And an air quality reset service is kind of a little bit different than saying your car stinks. The way we position it, and I don't know how many hours you guys spend on the vehicle is, but Americans spend on average 18 days a year inside their car. It's 9 days every 6 months, right? That's a lot of time inside your vehicle to become nose blind and get the selective anosmia thing going on inside your vehicle, right? So we recommend doing an air quality reset once or twice a year.
Okay.
Right? 6 months to a year, depending on how much you're in the
Yeah,
vehicle.
and that's not too expensive to do that. These products aren't overly expensive.
No, but
and once you've cleaned the vehicle and you've got everything, the maintenance is easy.
But I'm saying, if you were going to offer it as an upsell service, right? It's okay, in that position, you're not going to want to maybe approach $150 service, $200 service for that. Maybe you just want $50. You might not even have to use a VDK, right? If you're steaming the interior out, you might spend $1.50, $2 on a mini, right? And you've charged now $39.99 for the service. You've pocketed an additional $35, $37, whatever it is. You've covered the towel you dropped on the ground. That's now a downgraded towel. You've covered your polishes or your ceramic sealant or whatever it was you decided to put on the exterior of the vehicle. And all of a sudden, you're bringing more profit back in your pocket at the end of the week just from doing something as simple as adding a mini, which would be labeled as an air quality reset service.
Okay. And is that something? So think about your personal vehicle. You're doing that twice a year?
Yeah.
Or are you doing that more frequently?
No,
Twice a
I
year?
do it about twice a year.
Okay.
Yeah, I do it about twice a year. Guys, let's be honest. I'm the odor guy.
All right. Well, that's
I
it. So,
can't.
But we want to know. We want to know what the frequency is for people like us who
so
are
if you're doing
crazy
it
about
twice a year, we do not need to do it more than twice a year.
No, not
Because
at
you're
all.
the odor guy.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
at all. Twice a year. I do it twice a year because I had the ability at the time. I have to live what I preach, right?
Yeah.
So I have to do it 2 times a year.
Now we get these cars in that are pretty destroyed, right? And so filthy carpets, stained seats, horrendous, and they always want upholstery cleaning, carpet cleaning. Glenn and I have got a carpet extractor. We hate it. We want to move. We want to move away from this because we are introducing way too much moisture. We're not doing the best job of removing the stains, etc. And we want to move into using steam. Now, here's where I get really confused, right? Is that when I'm using a carpet extractor, I'm spraying it all down with the chemical, I'm getting the drill brush, I'm frothing it up, and then I'm using that extractor to pull the crap out of the seats. How does the steamer, where I'm penetrating that surface with steam and I'm forcing that right in, how does that reverse and get that stain and crap out? How does that work? What does that look like?
Hot air rises, steam is going to break down things. It's going heat in general, right? If you have some type of dirt stain, whatever, heat's always going to work better to remove any type of stain, right? In my opinion, you introduce water to dirt, it turns to mud.
And we've worked in stuff that already has started with mud.
But mud's a lot different of an element to remove, right? Like dirt, it's still a dust form. It's got a smell to it. It's not a smell associated mixed with water. And the big thing for me is if you're going to use an extractor, I'm kind of team no extractor.
Yeah,
and I used to be very adamant about it, like using both when needed. I just feel like, guys, as we get, I mean, is there an application for an extractor? Absolutely. In my opinion, it's one pass, spraying, 2 passes, picking up. You know, at a minimum. You don't want to wet any more than you have to. You always want to try to suck up a lot more than you lay down. It's a visual thing, man. Guys love to pour out the dirty water. They love to pour out the dirty water. What do you think is going to happen when you spray water into a carpet pad?
That's just going to be dirty water.
It's had your heel on it with dirt on it for years. You're going to pull mud.
So the steamer is basically, it's breaking down that stain with the Biobomb in there. And is that pushing that dirt deeper into the seat to give us that visual appearance that's been removed? Or is it actually having that chemical reaction, breaking it down, and then being forced out with the hot steam upwards?
So if I was doing steam on a carpet to break down stains, I would definitely start with a dedicated carpet cleaner, whether it be the system that PNS has, you know.
Is that good? Is that what you'd recommend using?
They're actually a pretty good system.
Because we've started using it, and we're going in that direction, and we do like it.
I like it too. I think it's one of the best systems on the market. Again, a general interior cleaner for the most part. Anything that's going to introduce some type of surfactants and true, genuine detergents and stuff like that, I would recommend it. Because that's going to help break down even further.
And then you'd come over the top with the steam.
Exactly. You spray it down, drill brush the carpet if you want to, kind of pull some vacuum with it, see what you can get out, and then I kind of introduce the steam.
Finish it off with the steam, and that way we're not actually getting these surfaces completely saturated in liquid.
I don't think there's a need for it anymore. I feel like when we were younger or back in the day, extractors, the big machines, it was a D-swing, right? It gave you a little, I'm the guy, man. You know, like it wasn't really
the big daddy, and I'm really doing God's work because I'm really pulling that out.
Big machine is, you know, and it's not, to me. I think we're past that now, right?
It's just that mindset that you get in that the extraction's pulling the stain out, and the steamer is burying it.
How much are we pulling out, though?
I don't know.
That's my thing, right? Like if you have there's certain stains. At least for me, for how long we've been working, I know what comes out and what doesn't. I can look at something. I don't care if you tell me drill brush it, add whatever chemical you want to it, steam it, whatever. I know it's only getting to be so good. I just, because I've done so many carpets and interiors over the years, I know what will come out and what doesn't.
And I guess because we're using the Biobombs, it's going to encapsulate that dirt and stuff, and it's going to deodorize that whether it's stuck in the carpet or not, right?
So when you're using the steam and the way the minis work is because you're pushing that solution, again, it's not just water vapor that you're pushing down into the carpet. You're actually using the minis, which is the chlorine dioxide solution. It's coming out in pretty decent force. You got 115 PSI, 120 PSI for certain machines or whatever, 150, whatever it is. You're pushing a lot of steam down into that area. It's hot. It's micro droplets. It's not just water. The heat's loosening stuff up, breaking things. It's releasing a lot of stuff, and it's pushing it up to the surface.
Okay.
Guys do a lot of, they do the mop head on this end of the steamer, you know, the auto fiber wrap mop heads or a microfiber towel. You'll be surprised what you can pull up if you're using.
Okay, so that steam is actually then breaking it down, but as that steam forces it through and rises, it's then pulling out some of that stuff.
Yep.
So it does
pushing it up and out.
it does do some sort of extraction.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how does that work?
What, as far as
Is it because the steam is then rising because the hot air is rising?
you're pushing it, like the pressure of the steam? Picture like when you're using the mop head and you're pushing that steam in. Is that steam staying down there?
No.
Or is it coming
It's
back
got to
up?
release somewhere, right?
It rises.
And so as it comes up, it's bringing the odor, it's bringing the dirt to the surface.
Exactly. And then again, if you have the mop head on there and you're wiping back and forth, traditionally you're swapping it out a couple times.
That microfiber will be picking up that funk that you're bringing to the surface.
Yep, exactly.
Right, I see how that technology works. Well, not technology, but I see how that steam is working as opposed to the extraction that we would be doing.
Extractions aren't bad, dude. If there's a bad spill, someone vomits, somebody throws up, whatever. Again, I'm dry extracting everything as best as I can first, sucking up the throw up, sucking up the dog dookie or whatever it might be. You're pulling and picking up. You want as much stuff off the carpet before you incorporate water.
Yeah.
Always.
Always. Okay.
Always, which is why a lot of guys prefer the dry clean method, spray and pray. Like, spray general interior cleaner, draw brush it out, give it a quick vacuum, pull out what you can without breaking too far deep down into the surface. Because let's be honest, guys, dirt's going to get ground in and put into the padding of a carpet. No matter what you do, you can bang your shoes off every day you get into your vehicle. You're still going to get dirt down.
And even if that dirt's so buried in the even extraction's not even going to be able to pull it out.
Dude, if you introduce water and all of a sudden you're extracting it, now all of a sudden you're taking a dirt spot that was underneath your heel and you're spreading it from a 3-inch mark to 6 inches. And now all of a sudden you have a whole line of drug out dirt that you created because you just couldn't hit that one little area and go. A lot of guys get trigger happy with the extraction. That makes for good content.
I'm satisfied with those answers. You've ticked it off for me, man. You've ticked it off, and we have been moving in the direction of steam because we've had. The other thing is that when you pull out with extraction, you don't know what it's going to look like until it dries.
Yeah,
and then it's like,
it's a struggle.
and then the car gets picked up the next.
Will pull back through on you 2 hours later, dude. You're like, what the heck?
The dude's coming to pick it up, and we've told him, we've charged him an arm and a leg for stain removal,
And
and
it's
shit,
popped
me,
back
the
up.
stain's still there,
It's reappearing as he's driving home on his seat.
Yeah, you put that back there, mate. Yeah, you had the car for
Dude, it was
5 minutes.
It was gone.
Yeah.
You guys
You
saw
put it back.
We showed you. It was gone.
Yeah, it was gone, yeah. We took the photos and told you it's ready for pickup, and next day the stain's there.
Again, that's why to me, it's like it's always risky to kind of pull it down.
Exactly. So hence why we've got to move away from the extraction and try and keep these interiors a bit dry.
What's the best steamer you recommend?
Great question. So it depends what level you guys want to go in on. Your local Harbor Freight has a pretty decent, that's $40, $50. It's a good entry level, right?
Yeah.
I strongly urge people to stay away from. We get all the time. Oh, can I use a handheld steamer? You got 4 ounces worth of liquid in there.
No,
If you want to spend 6 hours doing the floor, by all means, use that, right? But ultimately, you want something that's going to have a reservoir that's pretty decent. Harbor Freight's got a good model for about $40, $50. We've used Dupre's, the white cubes, right?
Yeah.
We've used those for years. Beat the heck out of them. They've really stood the test of time. McCullough's got a decent model. Wagner's got a decent model. Those are what I consider to be like your mid, like beginner pro grade.
Yeah. What if you're spending $1,000? Like, where we go for a steamer?
Chief, hands down. Hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down. We upgraded the Chiefs. They're my shit, man.
Okay.
They're a dope ass machine.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, the rear fill on the machine, amazing.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, dude, you could burn steam 45 minutes. You're not going through the tank, first of all, but you can keep that thing plugged in all day. Just open it back up, just dump water in it, and you never slow down.
And you're using that to also clean the surface as well, door cards, all that kind of stuff. Yep.
Yeah, dude, listen, to me, steam is one of the detailer's best friends. You got to watch your fingers when you first start using it. You'll give yourself a little nip.
Yeah, and you can burn through the plastics, and you got to be a little careful. But
You don't want to be all up on something, dude.
Yeah.
You want to
far away, Glenn.
Yeah, I was going to say, we've talked about like 2 parts of the system, right? So I look at this and I go, right, there's a system here. Okay, so you're starting with your Biobomb minis, you're finding the source of the odor, getting rid of it, cleaning your interior with us, putting it in steamer. Then we're tackling the air, the vents, everything else using this kit here. Then we've got something sitting in front here. So was this thought of as part of the system? Like, what came first here for you guys? Because we've got these bio bars here as well.
So the air freshener bars are really an add-on accessory to kind of we thought about, okay, we're resetting the air quality, we're cleaning the surfaces, we're getting a fresh palette, right? And really a big thing was people always want their car to smell a certain type of way, right? Now, I've been a big advocate from the beginning. I was almost anti-air freshener bars, but I came around, right? And I guess the reason for that is this. I'm a true believer that, like, I would rather have you remove the source of the odor. I don't want you to. I feel like people are more concerned with having their car smell good than not having their car smell like shit. Does that make sense?
They think that because their car smells good, the odor has gone because I've got a scent in there.
No, that's because
I like smelling neutral too, so kudos, man.
So
Oh, that was terrible. I don't like having any scent in the car. I like to add a scent for 1 or 2 days and it go.
okay,
And then I like to have nothing.
okay.
And then I'm going out for a full drive or whatever, and then I want to put more scent in.
I prefer, right, to remove, like, I would rather have your car not smell like shit than worry about it just smelling good.
good. Yeah.
Because Sean Connery, there's a meme online where it's like, you know, if you take citrus and shit, your car is basically going to smell like citrus, right? And like the idea behind all that is, it's like you don't want to mask a scent to cover up a funky scent, because now all of a sudden you got tutti fruity booty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it
it's
builds as well. You build, and then you add another scent, and you build, and you add another scent, and you build, but it still smells.
well, it's great. Like one of the, like for me, like growing up when we were younger and stuff, it was always like, you know, guys smoke cigs in their car, right? But then they got like the Glade plug-in vent thing. So like you get in somebody's car, and it's like, dude, your car smells like Febreze and cigarettes.
Yeah.
Like just a combo.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
you're like, then you're like fanning the twirly thing right in the and it's like, you're like, it's just not my, it's not my style.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So again, like for us, it was like, all right, let's set the car to 0. Let's give you now the opportunity to put something in there with a fresh palette that's really going to give you some longevity. It's going to be subtle. I mean, some of our bars are a little stronger than other ones, but the idea was to create something that was discreet under the seat so that you weren't necessarily blasting somebody in the face with oils, right? Because people are like, oh man, well, like I never put the vent clips like in my face. I put them on the other side of the car. Great. So like when I pick you up, I get to blast your face with a bunch of oil. You know what I mean? Like there's no consideration right there.
Jimbo's in the chat here. He said shit risk. Got to trademark that one. Maybe another bar coming soon. Shit risk.
It's funny.
Maybe a Halloween bar.
It's funny because guys want, they said, I don't know if you guys ever heard like the Bean Boozled, like the Jelly Bellies that are like the trick ones that like vomit, chopped grass, raw fish, whatever. People keep telling us like, yo, you got to bring out like prank bars so that we can like start selling off like the first bad smelling bar.
Yeah, there you go.
Where like, you know, you go into your sister, mom, friends, whatever car and you drop a whatever and like, what the hell died in my car? They pull it out as like a joke, you know what I mean?
So we've got these bars here, right? So these are the samples. So these come in essentially it's like a snap-off 2-pack.
Yep.
Would you ever need to put 2 in a car, like 1 under each seat?
So I'm a scent junkie, so I do 2.
Okay.
Now I have a larger size vehicle. I got a big full size Ram, like extended cab or whatever. So you know, it's a bigger size vehicle or whatever. Again, I am the founder, so I kind of can just toss bars anytime I want. So like, you know, full transparency, like I kind of rotate scents a little bit more than most people do. Yeah, but like I call like scent psychos is what I call them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a scent psycho. I like to drop 2 bars in my vehicle. Like there's people that only like to have 1. 1 gives you a really subtle, you know what I mean? Like kind of elegantly there, whatever. And 2, it's kind of more of a psychotic thing. Like you want to hit me with that. Give me that peppermint. Give me that cherry, whatever. I'm kind of like a scent.
So where's the most effective place to put that? Where are you putting it? Under the seat?
Underneath the seat.
Okay.
If you're an Uber driver, I would tell you to put it underneath your driver's side seat because your passenger door opens more. If you're a traditional driver, your door will open the most because you're most likely in the vehicle by yourself all the time. I would recommend putting it underneath the passenger side seat. Again, the reason for that is the vacuum that happens when you open and shut a door.
Pulling that scent out.
You're pulling that scent out. You want to keep it in the vehicle as much as possible.
And so does half the bar do 30 days?
Half a bar is going to give you in between 30 to 60 days. It really depends.
Half the bar, 30 to 60.
Half the bar.
Okay. All right.
So the biggest thing about that, right, is like it depends on like the area that you're in, the time of year that we're in, right? And like generally you're going to get 30 to 60. Our new car bar, very potent stuff. You put it in your car. It's almost offensive to people for the first couple of days because that scent has to acclimate and really level out inside the vehicle. But you can rock a new car nectar half a bar for 90 days. I have people that hit me up. They're like, yo, 90 days later, this thing's still kicking, right? Then you go open up a Fresh AF bar that's a lot more of a subtle fragrance, and you'll open that up, and there's people that'll say, oh, it's been about 2 weeks. I don't really smell it anymore, right? So, like, it depends on the profile of the scent that you like. We try to create things that are on both sides of the spectrum so that we can satisfy the scent junkies and we can earn the business of people who aren't necessarily air freshener people, right? Something subtle. Put your window down, all of a sudden you make a left, and you're like, oh man, that's Fresh AF. I just got a nice little blast of that. It's not too aggressive. And then, what's really nice is those people that aren't like the biggest fan of scents, like you go to hop in my car and Chris, car smells really nice, man. And it's like, oh, I don't even smell that shit anymore. But like you do. That's nice. Again,
I've done the right thing here.
The selective anosmia thing happens.
I think the best thing, and I commend you guys on doing it, is that you don't have like these dangly things that I've got to have in my hanging off my mirror. Like the scent is there, but it's
we don't want to see any of that.
We don't want to see it.
I don't want to see it at all.
Discreet under the seat, baby.
Yeah.
So there
There you go.
Discreet under the seat.
What have you got new release at SEMA? Because we're getting close to our hour, so
I think we've probably got like 2 minute cutoff here before we have our new guests
no
in the
problem.
booth.
So
what
we
do
have
need to know?
2 new bars that we're doing. One of them is a recreate from last year that we did a slight modification to. That's Peppermint Fatty.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right. So Peppermint Fatty last year was a lot more peppermint than it was anything else. The idea behind the original name of Peppermint Fatty was supposed to be Peppermint Patty.
Yep.
You guys obviously have had a York Peppermint Patty before. You understand that that's both, peppermint and chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
We accentuated the chocolate notes this year to
Can we
really
buy those from a 7-Eleven?
to pull those through. What's that?
The chocolate mint.
York Peppermint Patty?
No, I want to like is it off a chocolate bar or something?
Yeah, you guys don't have York Peppermint Patties down there?
No,
Ah.
that's why I'm asking. Where can I buy
Yeah.
peppermint patty?
What?
Yeah, where
Yeah,
can I buy
no.
one? We've got a couple of days left in the US.
Oh man, go to any convenience store you want, candy store. They might have them at the casino for it. They might be here somewhere.
Okay.
Y'all
okay.
never had a York Peppermint Patty before?
No. We got to get one.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, we'll
OMG.
get one. We'll bring it to the booth tomorrow. And we'll
Film it.
We'll
Yeah,
eat it
yeah.
online.
And then we'll compare it.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
let's do that.
Yeah,
Let's do that.
Killer idea.
Let's do that.
See, that's how you turn something out of nothing. Bro.
Yeah.
Boom.
We
I'm
got
still
Jamie-
shocked.
We got Jamie kind of hanging over our shoulder here.
Are we in trouble? Are we in trouble?
What was the other flavor?
Oh, yeah. And the second one we're doing, I turned into a narcissist, everybody. Some would argue that I've been one for years, but we created a bar that's actually based off my nickname. It's called Woods. It's your traditional, like, pine outdoor.
Okay.
People really been asking for it since we started doing the bars. So I really wanted to kind of deliver this year with that one. And I wanted something I feel like that may potentially last past the holiday season and go into the winter. So we named that one Woods. I think we have both of them available right here for y'all. Smell that one. That's the Woods right there.
Woods.
And we're saving this one. You're not smelling this one till tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Oh yeah, actually, this would be a Christmas scent.
Mm.
Oh.
But you can run it past Christmas.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I feel like you could run that whenever.
So that's the
That
idea
is
right
like,
there.
You know, when you're doing your Christmas shopping.
So I don't know if you 2 blokes had a chance to see it. Is that right? Did I do that right? Blokes?
Blokes,
Yeah,
yeah, blokes is good.
Blokes
Yeah.
is cool. I don't know if you 2 blokes had a chance to smell the fall bars that we did. Check that one out. That's the apple cinnamon.
I tried the pumpkin just before.
Oh,
you
that's
tried the
good.
pumpkin.
Smell that.
This one was a little bit more concentrated, if you ask me. That thing hits like a brick.
That is nice.
Yeah.
That is nice.
That's quite strong. I've smelled that one. I've
That
smelled
is
that one.
nice.
People say that the pumpkin was a really nice one to add into your home. They're like, I never really thought about it, but like, this is a really
Yeah.
nice home scent, you know?
That
So
would be good for like Halloween scent.
yeah. So we did that for a fall drop.
Yeah.
You know, so but they're out of here. They're pretty much sold out at this point. We might have a couple pumpkins left, but I think those are done. We bought them out just to tell people, hey, like, don't sleep on us during the holiday season or during the back end of the year because we're always dropping some heat. So
Sweet. I think all there's left to say, if you were around at the start, you'll know this. That was me, Naz, and Sure Bro. Thanks for coming on.
That was
Appreciate
me,
it.
Naz, and Cheer, bro.
appreciate you, blokes.
All right.
And,
Catch you later.
and as always, let's stay fresh. Get yourself some Biobombs
I was
because
gonna
this
say,
stuff
yeah.
works, man.
Stay fresh.
Stay
I
fresh.
think next stream coming up very shortly. See you later, guys.
Cheerio.
Peace.